So today, if you saw the title, it's a little controversial, but WTF, like what the F is happening with women over 50? Let's talk about it. What's happening with you? Are you over 50? Let me know how old you are in the comments. If you are over 50 and you feel like it just popped in my mind. My mother used to say, things are going to hell in a handbasket or something like that. That just shows how old I am. But if everything is starting to shift and feel off and you don't recognize your body and you're like, who the hell am I? Who is this woman? Your marriage might be looking crazy. Your job might be looking crazy. Things like, tell me, are you feeling off? I know for a fact a lot of people are feeling off because things in this country are crazy. But there's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. I just want to let you know that we are going to be all right and we are going to survive, right? But things are looking a lot different. And today I wanted to talk about like some of the things that are looking kind of and feeling might be feeling kind of wonky for you. Like if you are premenopause, postmenopause, menopausal, whatever, put a M in the comments. I really want to know because I've been hearing so much conversation about menopause and how people are feeling while they're in menopause and the problems they're having and what they don't like, what's not working. And even those of us that are post-menopause still have menopausal issues. And the other thing I'm hearing from a lot of women is that you're questioning if it's too late. I'm not feeling off really. However, my body has changed after severe medical treatment and I am in postmenopause, right? I'm in postmenopause too, and our bodies change. And a lot of times we're telling ourselves something's wrong because our bodies have changed, but nothing has gone wrong. I look at this period as our most powerful moment, an opportunity anyway, for it to be one of our most powerful moments if we allow it to be. Um, yeah, I really want to know, like, tell me in the comments what's not working. We're gonna talk about what is working, but what's not working for you? Is your sleep disrupted? Like, are you having trouble sleeping through the night? Hot flashes, trouble sleeping, trouble focusing. I have a friend that called me the other day, and she's about 15 years younger, and she was questioning, like, what was your experience? Were you having mood swings? What I told her was that it was like being, what's it called? Look, I haven't had my cycle in so long, I can't even remember what it's called. It's like having period issues, but you have no period. Who's experiencing that? Tell me what you're experiencing. Is your body changing? Is your belly bigger? What's changing? I've had trouble. That 3 a.m. thing is a killer, Carrie. But magnesium will really help. And get the one by, I think it's called Bioptimizer. It has helped me a lot. They have a sleep one. It's fabulous. Tell me what's going on with y'all. Right now, I have just started doing a 6-week life and weight reset course. It is free. I'm presenting it. It is free. I don't know if you've heard about it. Um, I want to invite you to come. You've only missed 1 week. So if that's something you would be interested in, message me and I will send you the information to join. Um, fit at any age. I get migraines more often. I'm 50. I'm taking some magnesium supplements. I went through that whole thing with the migraines too. But this is an opportunity. So if you read any of my stuff, if you know me, you know I'm all about encouraging, pushing, supporting, inspiring. And that's really what I want this to be about. I have started magnesium supplements for the past few weeks and my sleep is better. It really does help. Um, but I want to know also, Carrie's saying she takes it every night, not familiar with the brand. Um, Bioptimizer. I think that's what it's called, Bioptimizer. That's the only one that's really has helped me. But it's made a big difference. Definitely, my magnesium will relax your muscles and help you sleep a little bit better. But I don't know how many of y'all know, but before the new year, and oh, happy New Year, because I haven't talked to most of you, and also happy Black History Month. Um, I've been talking about squatting into 70. I'll be 70 in May, and I have been on this journey to not let society's opinion of aging get in my soul. And that's really what I help women with, to step out and do whatever the hell you want to, no matter what your age is. Because if we followed all of the stereotypes from society, we would just crawl somewhere in a corner. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. I can't even believe I'm going to be 70, but it is what it is, and I'm gonna make the best of it, and I don't know, May what? My birthday's May 5th. You're the 27th, so you're a Gemini, Carrie. I was married to a Gemini. Um, but I want you to really think about this time in life as your most powerful time in life. That you can do anything you desire no matter what society's messages are telling us. Because so many times I talk to women, I've been getting hoarse lately, y'all, so excuse me. Um, I've been talking a lot, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I've been talking to so many women that have put the brakes on or have um, been stuck because they think they're too old and it's too late. So, are any of you feeling that way? Are any of you thinking that? Are any of you like looking at some major life changes that you want to put in place? Because when we have big, audacious goals, it really helps us to look forward to the future. What happens in society now is we get this message that the best has already happened. But what if the best was yet to come? What if you haven't even experienced the best? Let's see, is it KL? You are speaking truth. I recently relaunched my dinner series with a specific focus on women over 40 with a curated menu that prioritizes our hormonal and metabolic health. We are not too old, and it's not too late for us to do what we want to do. I'm 54, by the way. Yay for 54. That is what I'm helping women work on, their metabolic health, eating the foods that you love but are also good for you, good for your gut, good for your blood sugar. You don't have the blood sugar spikes. Um, I'm all about instilling habits so that we feel great because we think that what we've done in the past is, for the most part, what we've done in the past is going to work for our over 50 selves. But no, it's time to recalibrate if you haven't started that already. One thing, and KL, you might know this, I found out recently that the loss of estrogen can cause problems with our gut. And I've been having problems with my gut. And so that's kind of how I found out. I had no idea. My doctor never told me that. No one ever told me that. So I started working with a nutritionist. And if you're having trouble with your gut, like you find that certain foods don't agree with your stomach anymore, or they cause indigestion or burping or other things, check it out. Check it out. Actually, I'm being transparent. I'm going to a gastroenterologist tomorrow. It's time for a colonoscopy. Hopefully, you've all gotten a colonoscopy or are going to get a colonoscopy. But yeah, we've got to do all these preventative things so that we can live a long life. So I hear from so many people, just like KL complimented me on the way I look for almost 70. And just had an appointment yesterday with a lifestyle doctor. She shared this exact truth with me. Oh, okay. Yes, I have zero estrogen in my body too. That blew my mind. Oh, wow, we have a lot in common. You saw a gastroenterologist too. Yes. So we've got to advocate for our own health. And I'm big for that. I got certified as a health coach in 20, I lose track of the time. I think it was 2011. The Balanced Beauty says, yes, I was forced to decrease my estrogen and to definitely increase your gut, but I was on Ozempic and you lost your stomach? What do you mean by that? Did Ozempic cause you how did you tell me, you lost your stomach? You mean you lost your stomach like it wasn't big anymore, that's what you mean. What does it mean to not have estrogen? It means when you get hormonal testing, what my doctor said to me is the level was undetectable, undetectable, nothing. Um, I tried bioidentical hormones. There's so many different options. You should check with your doctor. I'm definitely not a doctor, but oh, I got you. No longer have belly fat. Because I was like, you lost your belly? I took it way too literally. Well, that's so great that you lost your belly. My body is so sensitive to everything. So when I saw a lot of the side effects of a lot of the weight loss shots, I'm just afraid of it. I'll be honest, I'm just afraid. So I've been looking at more natural things that I can do. She prescribed an estradiol cream for maximum absorption. Okay, that's great that you got a solution. But yeah, there's so many things our doctors don't tell us. We don't know. And I'm all for advocating for your health. And if you like people, you feel like you're listening to yourself talk, I'm speak. Oh, we'll have to connect, KL. Um, so there's so many things, like people ask me all the time, what's my secret? How do I look so young for my age? I understand that I was on it only 3 months and stopped because of long-term side effects. Yeah, been reading a lot about that. But this is the truth. Since I was 50, I worked with a young lady who, I don't know, at the time she was probably 25. And we would go out to lunch or run errands, do other things together. She would stop people and ask them, "How old do you think she is?" Because when I was late 40s, people thought a picture of me was my daughter. I had braces in my 40s, and they thought I was a teenager in my 40s. So I have always taken pretty good care of myself. My weight has fluctuated, but I have been kind of picky about what I eat. I've worked out pretty consistently most of my life, except when I've had surgery or other medical issues. I would get off track. But I also heard this theory the other day, and this woman was saying that a lot of people in their 50s, 60s, um, we grew up on real food. We took real vitamins. We didn't take, like, these candy gummies, and we didn't have processed foods, and we didn't eat junk food all the time, and I really think that that laid a stronger foundation. Um, KL said, I too have been so apprehensive about GLP-1s, particularly because I have lupus. Oh, yeah. And other autoimmune disorders. They educated you, prescribed a very, I don't know what Zepbound is. I guess it's one of the, look, you don't want to look like the fruit keeper. Oh, crypt keeper. I'm afraid of it. I don't know if you know or y'all know, but I had an allergic reaction to CBD, and the doctors were shocked. And when I say allergic reaction, I mean it was severe. I ended up in the hospital for 4 days, lost hearing, almost complete hearing in my left ear. Um, it was horrible. I had vertigo for 4 months, and when I say vertigo, I mean, like, serious vertigo, where I could barely walk. Even walking on the carpet was making me feel dizzy to the point where I had to take medication and pretty much stay in bed. But I did get, like, half of my hearing back. I don't I'm, like, on the borderline of needing a hearing aid, um, but I ended up in the hospital, and then I ended up going for treatment in the hyperbaric oxygen chamber, tank, whatever it's called, which they normally use for diabetics or people that have wounds that aren't healing. But they were doing I live in Maryland, not far from DC, and Georgetown University was doing like a study on hearing loss. It's called sudden hearing loss, what I had. So they were doing a study on that, and I got accepted in the study, and my insurance paid for it at the time, which was crazy. This was 2019. Um, and so I did get some of my hearing back, but literally my daughter had to take me, it's probably an hour drive in traffic, well, probably an hour and 20 minutes into DC. She took me every morning for 3 weeks for treatment until the vertigo got so bad that they couldn't continue the treatment anymore. But thank God I did get some of my hearing back. But I'm sensitive to pain medication. Like, if the lowest dose is 10 milligrams, 10 milligrams will make me throw up. Like, and for those of you that don't know, I had a brain tumor in my 40s. It was not cancerous, but I did have it removed. And they put me on codeine. They put me on codeine. In 2 days, my body started getting addicted. And when they tried to take me off, um, I started breaking out in a rash and itching, and they had to give me IV and, like, slowly give me a little more and then lessen it over time. My body is super sensitive. I don't know why, but, yeah, so let me catch some of the comments. KL said, "Our food source has been significantly impacted. It's so much different today." It's ridiculous. So, for any of you that want to look and feel younger, better, more energetic, and you already know this, but I'm going to say it anyway, fruit, vegetables, real, if you eat meat and fish, real meat and fish, not the frozen breaded kind. The closer you can get to the natural state, the better. It's going to save your life, honestly. Eat lots of beans. Like I was saying, I became a health coach um, in 2015, I think it was, um, partially because I was having my own health challenges. And at the time, I was in therapy, grief therapy. My mom had died. And, my therapist was asking me, like, what are you interested in? Why don't you just try to get really involved in something you're interested in?" And I am very interested in food, nutrition, different ways of eating. I became vegan for about 4 or 5 years. I was raw vegan for a while. If you know what vegan is, it's like no dairy, no meat, no fish, raw vegan, no cooked food. Um, I did a lot of juicing. I do have a juicer, so I do some juicing. I'd use a lot of ginger and buy fresh turmeric. Um, so all of those things are going to make you feel better. And definitely the juicing will greatly improve your skin. So I just came on to talk to y'all. Any questions, anything you want to talk about? The other thing that I find happening with women over 50 is a lot of hope. People start to lose hope about the future. And especially around money, making money, there are a lot of women starting businesses later in life. But statistically, they don't stay in business. And we are the caregivers for everyone else. And I really want to encourage you to take the ultimate care for of yourself before everyone else. Okay, did I miss something? Let's see. We truly have so much in common. I was vegan for about 4.5 years. Oh, that's funny. That's wild. We do seem to have a lot in common. Yeah, I pushed through it. If if I gave you a list of all the craziness I've been through, and I really and my doctors have said they think it has a lot to do with obviously my attitude about life, but me taking care of myself. I believe we should advocate for our own health. I do not go to any doctor or any practitioner whose personality I don't like, or who has a terrible front desk staff, or who keep you waiting a long time. Don't go back. I do not go back. I carefully vet the practitioners that I go to, and I want to encourage you to do that. Really, advocate for yourself. If you don't like what they're telling you, if it doesn't sit right with your soul, go somewhere else. We have options. Find someone who practices medicine in a way that feels good to you, in a way that honors you. And really, all of this boils down to being able to do amazing things later in life. I don't know if any of you know about Louise Hay. She's deceased now, but I call her yes it does. You are a strong woman. I am strong. Thank you. Louise Hay, I call her the grandmother of personal development. Like she was the GOAT. And if you ever heard of the publisher Hay House, she started that publishing company. But when she was in her 80s, I heard her speak. She had these events, I think they're called I Can Do It. I think that's what the events were called. If you know Wayne Dyer, he used to be at all her events. Something weird is happening with my comments, like I can't see the full comment. Let's see. I was annoyed that I waited so long to see this lifestyle physician yesterday, but once she came to me, I understood the wait and was well worth it. She's the first doctor in nearly 30 years that told me, yes, that's amazing that lupus is so many things are reversible with food. And of course, in traditional medicine, they don't get that education. They're not pushers of natural foods and lifestyle changes. You know, they'll mention it, but for the most part, I know I'm generalizing, but back to Louise Hay. I heard her speak when she was in her 80s, and she said, I've decided this decade is going to be the best decade of my life. And it really, that was probably maybe 8 years ago or so. It gave me hope. And my mother, she died in her late 80s, and when I say her mind, she had a lot of physical issues, but her mind was sharp pretty much till almost the end, like, very sharp. She just had a youthful mind, very engaged, read a lot, and so I'm praying, that's I mean, so far so good, but I'm praying that will be me too. Um Yes, Louise Hay was an amazing woman, and she went through hell and back over the years. Hi, AJ. Um, so My whole point is that I want you to look forward to the future. I want you to look forward to the future. No more worrying about what happened in the past because the past is gone. We the only thing we can change about our past is the story we tell about our past. And so I talk to a lot of people, so I know that a lot of people use their past against them. I could easily do that, but it has helped me so much to tell an empowering story about my past so that it makes me look forward to the future. So if you're like me and you had like a lot of health challenges, they made me stronger. If it wasn't for my hearing loss, I probably never would have become a coach and quit my job because after being home for 4 months, they were trying to get me to retire. I think I was 64 when that happened. I just was not trying to retire. I wasn't trying to leave my job and my good paycheck. And experiencing being home and being harassed about coming back to work and having to do work from home while I was in the bed, while I was feeling dizzy and getting medical treatment, it was not fun. So during COVID, that was the year before COVID. It was only I went back to work maybe 3 or 4 months before 5 months before COVID started and we went on lockdown. If that had not happened, I don't think I'd be here talking to you. I would still be in DC sitting at that desk miserable. Somebody said something I wanted to catch. Louise's favorite four affirmations. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. And she has one. I am safe. It's only change. I am safe. I have told so many clients this. I am safe. I get to decide I'm safe. With all this crazy political stuff going on, I am safe. With people acting crazy at your job, I am safe. We get to decide that we're safe no matter what is going on around us. Thank you for that reminder. I am safe. I think that every day. I am safe. I pray for all of your safety. I pray that you are safe, but safety starts here. Safety starts in our mind. It really does. Looking forward to the future starts in our minds. That's where it starts, honestly. And if you listen to a lot of the news and doom and gloom, that's what's going to be in your mind. But if you pick up a book by Louise Hay y or Wayne Dyer, those were my 2 favorites. I like Iyanla Van Zandt, but she's a little more hardcore. Um, but you start feeding yourself not only food for your body, but good food for your soul, you will see a major difference. You will notice that the thoughts you are thinking are not as negative. I say that our brains lie to us, and we should not believe everything we think. I call it firing the liar because we are set up for protection, like to protect ourselves. And so, so many things that really aren't dangerous, we see, and our nervous system feels that it's dangerous. But what if you find yourself in a situation? I'll give you an example. My daughter and my grandson live with me. He's 6, and he went out for the day with his grandfather, and they went to DC to the auto show. But then it started getting late, and, my daughter hadn't heard from her dad, and she started calling him, and then it was going straight to voicemail. So she's starting to panic, like, "He has my child. What if something happened to them? What if something happened to them? What if he's not safe?" Like, she started kinda panicking, and I just said to her, "Stop making things up." Like, we start to make up so many things in our mind. You find a lump and you're like, "Oh my god, I have cancer." Something hurts, it's like, "Oh, no, what's wrong?" But when I so there was nothing wrong with my ex and my grandson. His phone died. He was taking so many pictures, his battery died. But we make so many stories up in our head. Don't believe everything your brain is feeding you. Start to question it. It will change your life. This works with so many things. It works with food, it works with your job, it works with your spouse, your friends, your family. Just because a circumstance happens doesn't mean you know how it's going to turn out. And in fact, a lot of times we get to decide how it turns out. And that's where your power lies. But so many people don't know that. So even when it came to me and my job and quitting my job and changing careers at 65, not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people do that. But I was like, first of all, I don't have a lot of money. Like, I'm not rich. I've been divorced, lost everything, came back. I own my home and car and all the things, but I knew I needed additional income, and I just was like, I don't want to continue to work here anymore. I had been on my job for 16 years. I literally thought I was going to work there till I died at my desk. I literally thought that. How many of you think you could never quit your job? Talk to me, y'all. Y'all got quiet. Who thinks they could never quit their job? Who's retired? Like, tell me about yourself. Like, I thought I could never quit my job, and actually in May 21st is my 5th anniversary of quitting my job. I'm still here, still paying the mortgage, still eating, all the things. Um, and I am really the provider in the house. My daughter has a job, but she doesn't make that much money. And coaching changed my life. And I just want to encourage you all. If you think, if you look forward to your future and you assume that your future will be amazing and that you will live a long, healthy life, it doesn't guarantee it. But you know what? You will make different decisions because you're looking forward to the future. If you're telling yourself, "I'm old, it doesn't matter, who would hire me? Who would," like I hear a lot of people saying, then no, you're not gonna have anything to look forward to. But if you decide, "I'm gonna write my first book," or "I'm gonna make an additional $100,000," then you are going to start looking for ways to do that. You will become the person who does that because you will start picking up new habits and thinking in new ways. And this is a big secret. This isn't woo woo. I tell my clients all the time, if you were, let's say, 16, how would you be living your life? If you were 16 and dreaming about your future and dreaming about college or getting your own place or getting married or having kids, or 17, 18, whatever the age is, um, how would you be living? Like, if you oh, I missed a whole bunch of comments. I don't know, something weird is going on my screen. Let me see what I missed. So Kate said, let me make sure. We often fit with any age, said, absolutely being aware, mind what we are telling ourselves. This beautiful, absolutely fit at any age, said, absolutely correct. We often overthink things. Kate said, that's what I'm in the middle of doing. Will be 67 this year. I missed all of this. I've changed jobs numerous times throughout my life, Kate said. Would do you still work, Kate? Would you change your job now? Harriet said, "I've just left mine. I was in a big company and I just didn't like the culture. Great to see so many on Substack pivoting later in life. I know it's so encouraging." KL said, "What you think matters, what you speak matters even more." Totally. 60 is the new midlife when you consider the human body can live up to 120. And if you live until 90, then at 60, you still have another 30 years. Hell yeah. At 54, I'm in the biggest pivot of my life and I'm excited about it all. Oh, I really missed a lot of comments, y'all. The balance, beauty, I'm still working, been at my job 14 years. I enjoy some of it, but would love to pivot and have more freedom and sustain myself. It really is a decision. Kate said I finished my last contract with Paris 2024 in September. What does that mean? With Paris 2024. I'm now pivoting to coaching courses, communities. Love it. I love coaching. I love coaching. You want to change your life? I'm just going to put a plug out there. Want to change your life? Come work with me. I will help you get your life all together. I will help you blow your mind. Some of you that are new to me, I tripled my six-figure corporate salary my first year in business. Yeah. And I did it the exact way that I'm telling you to pay attention to what you're thinking. Um, so before I forget, I am doing a free 6-week course called Supported, and it is to support women who don't have support, but also women who are feeling that shift in their body, their hormones, their life, want to pivot. And we're looking at your life, but also the food you're eating. It's last week we talked mostly about the system that you've been following to lose weight and your belly fat and what's really going on. So, if that's something that's interesting to you, reach out to me on Substack and I'll give you the link. We're meeting tomorrow. But we all need support. We all need support. And if you think that you can make big changes in your life all alone, it's not impossible, but it damn sure is painful. When I quit my job, I was an accountant with a law firm in DC for 16 years. I hired a woman who was a CPA, not just an accountant, but a CPA who had quit her job to become a coach. And actually, she worked for the school that I got certified by. If any of you are familiar with the Life Coach School in Brook Castillo, that's where I got my certification. Let me see if I'm missing anything. I thought you might be talking about the Olympics, Kate. That's fabulous. Um, so if it had not been for me hiring a coach, me becoming a coach, I really don't believe I could have made such big changes in my life because a lot of these things that I'm telling you, I didn't even know. I didn't know. I didn't know that. I mean, of course, I know about setting goals. Yeah, okay, I know how to set goals. We all talk about setting goals. But do you know how to create powerful thoughts that will change your life? Do you know how to create a plan for powerful thoughts that will move you forward? My current coach calls it a belief plan. Decide every day what you want to believe, but before you can decide that, you have to know what you're currently thinking. How many of you are really paying attention to what you're currently thinking? Because our thoughts, they spin in our head all the time, and after a while, they become cozy and comfy to the point where we just assume they're true, and we don't even question them. But I know when I coach my clients and they say something that isn't serving them, I stop them mid-sentence and point it out to them because we don't always speak nicely to ourselves. I'd love to pick up my role as a life coach and as an herbalist. Do it, do it, do it. Why haven't you done it? No words. I'd love to know what that means, no words. I love words. Um, Tell us why haven't you picked it up? Why aren't you doing it? We get to decide. So when I first discovered Brooke and she started talking about making millions, I honestly like never thought I could make millions. And even at almost 70, I know I could still make $1 million a year because my brain is so powerful. Am I close to millions? No. Am I still working towards it? Yes. But I literally got coached by her about reinventing your life and not putting yourself in this box. Not saying, "Oh, I'm 70. I've made the most money I probably will ever make in my life." No. What if between 70 and 80, I make millions? At least if I go, "Oh, autistic burnout." Okay, got you. At least if you go for the big impossible goal, your life will be fun and exciting. It's way more fun and exciting to go for something that other people think is impossible than to live a life that's just mediocre like most of society. What harm does it do? I tell my clients living a realistic life is like having an EKG and there's no heartbeat. It's like, you're dead. But when you're challenging yourself and putting yourself out there and doing new things and learning new things and changing intentionally, then your life is like boop, 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 boop. You got the highs and the lows. Things go up and then they come down, but then you recover. That's how life is meant to be lived. Life is not meant to be lived by avoiding mistakes, avoiding challenges. No, no. I want you to put yourself out there. Do what you currently think is impossible. That's that's really, I think, what makes me look and feel younger. Um, I'm excited every day. I'm excited. Plus, having a 6-year-old in the house really helps a lot. Thank God I'm in decent shape. So, me and my grandson, we wrestle, we chase each other, we do jumping jacks and squats and exercise and all the things. So, I'm not sitting around saying, "Oh, I'm getting ready to turn 70. My life is almost over." Hell no. Hell no. And if any of you are feeling down about your age or your circumstances, the best thing you can do is pick a big, impossible, exciting goal, just like if you were a teenager. Seriously, come at life with the excitement of a teenager, and you will notice such a big difference. See life through the eyes of a child. Like I see life through my grandson's eyes. So many things are exciting to him, and he's a big I don't know, he seems like he's going to be a comedian. So, we play, we have fun. If you have grandchildren, play with them. Don't just, sit them somewhere while you're busy doing other things. Get involved, have fun, play. So, I wrote down a couple of questions I wanted to ask y'all. I've made a couple notes, but I haven't really looked. I've been yapping. But I really want to know what do you want? Tell me this is a good one. Everybody, there's 64 people on here. I want everybody to comment on a big impossible goal and don't tell me you don't know. Like I'm looking at the comments. I want to hear what is a big impossible goal you'd like to have happen in your life? Tell me. I don't see anything yet. Does that mean that you're stuck? I really want to know. Okay, let me ask another question. What's not working in your life? Launch my expand program and have a thriving, growing community. What does that look like, Kate? When are you launching? How many people do you want in your program? Tell us about your program. What does thriving look like? Like, instead of, and there's nothing wrong with having a big overview, but let's get granular. Because if you said to me, I want to have, I'll just keep it, a $25,000 launch, that is so much more specific than launch your program because there's different thoughts, behaviors, actions, habits, people you talk to, depending on your goal. Or if you said to me, I want 20 people in the program, um, then you know like what metrics you need to look at and what you need to do. Because what happens is we have these big overarching goals and they sound nice, but where's the meat? And I'm not saying you don't have it, I don't know. I'm running the precursor program, step 0 for the first time tomorrow with 5 people. Yay! Good for you. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's big. That's why I'm doing the free 6-week program supported that I'm doing. It's called supported. I mentioned earlier, if you want to get in there, message me because yeah, last week we had about 20 people live, which is good. I have about 52 people. First, okay, so I had 90 people total sign up, but some of them have not shown up. So I really want to encourage you. You see my mindset. You hear me talking. This is not just from experience, but it's from education. It's from trial and error. It's from, like I told someone the other day, I pretty much went through menopause for 20 years. Um, so let's see. Kate is the only one talking to me. I have the structure of Expand done, the 6 guided meditation scripts and tested those and received great feedback. Did a beta test last year. So why are you doing it for free again, Kate? I'm just curious. Uh, is it Lagarde? To start a tiny, oh, you're speaking my language as tiny home community for the aged out Black foster. Oh, I love that. Place to have a place to go and go to college. I freaking love that. Have you started the program? I love the idea of having a tiny home. Let's see, I would love to hear how you manage your ADHD. My untreated ADHD slash poor memory affects my focus, squirrels everywhere, confidence in my ability. Okay, I'm gonna answer that and then I'll go to the next, Carrie. The way I manage my ADHD is okay, when I first got diagnosed, which was a couple years ago, I was feeling bad about myself. I always knew something was different, but I didn't know what it was, so I was kind of relieved to have the diagnosis, but I was thinking very negatively about it and all the things that I do that are different than other people. I tried medication. It, it was making my blood I told you, you guys, I'm sensitive to everything. So the medication was making my blood pressure rise too high. And so I got off medication and I started working with the ADHD coach. So she started teaching me little tips about like setting timers and um like organizational kind of stuff. And I just one day decided that having ADHD is my superpower. And so I still have some of the same habits. Like one thing, it drives my daughter crazy, but I will have one time I had like 75 tabs open on my computer. I jump from one thing to the next to the next. But also the thing with ADHD is that we can hyper focus too. So I focus less on the jumping all over the place and more on the benefits of hyper focusing. And I call it mind management, but the coaching that I do with my clients and myself, because I do coach myself, I sit quietly and get things out of my head. So I don't know what kind of symptoms your ADHD, comes with. We're all different, but there are some things that I still well, I'm gonna be me, so I still do them, but I think when you change your attitude about it and believe it's not a problem, just like I don't believe aging is a problem, just like I don't believe working for myself and being on Social Security is a problem. Like, when you start to believe that it's not a problem to be solved, you will start looking for solutions that will help heal you. And some of it too could be diet, focus, I don't like I said, I don't know the details, but, so fit any age said my goal is to help as many women reach their fitness goals with strength training and longevity. I have clients I train virtually in different states. Want to reach more women, love helping and seeing their results. I love that. I used to be a personal trainer several years ago, but I'm all about longevity and staying strong and involved. Kate said, still need to figure out how to find the women who will benefit from step zero. Well, if you're on Substack, um, I don't spend money on marketing. All of my marketing is organic. You're on Substack, your ideal client is here. Do you have a squadron? Carrie has a squadron of 16 highly caffeinated squirrels. Oh, that's funny. Now, if the squirrels are running around your head, you've got to learn how to grab them, like capture them, grab them. All those thoughts that keep running around, start grabbing them. So what do I mean when I say grab? Start identifying them and writing them down. And the other thing, hey, Carrie, the other thing is ask yourself, are they true? Do I need to think about this right now? Some things you can just get out of your head and put them to the side. You don't have to deal with them right now. There's a lot of things that I have decided it's not that important. Like if you really, I was just looking to see if there were any more comments. If you kind of narrow down your focus, I think you will start to feel a little bit better and just decide this is what I'm focusing on right now. The other things can wait. So I have a lot of notebooks. I write down a lot, but get it out of your head. Write it down so that it isn't running around like a squirrel. That would be my suggestion. So there's a lot of people on here, and I still haven't heard about your big impossible goals. Like I haven't posted a lot lately, but I've been talking about getting my abs back um in my 70s. So already in the past probably 2 months I've lost about 14 pounds. And actually today I tried on this lavender pantsuit that I have not been able to wear for years, and I was shocked it fit me. I also have this amazing fuchsia bright pink wool coat, um, that I wore last week or before the snow, um, and it wasn't tight anymore. Oh, oh, Miki? Oh, it's evening for you, it's afternoon for me. So, just let's see, uh, Carrie, million tabs open, mess me up, I'll go looking for a page. I know, right? That is me. But you know what? What if it's not a problem? What if it's okay? And this is what I'll do too. I will get sick of seeing all those tabs and I just close them all. And then if I want to find something, I just go to the history on my computer and find it in the history because it's just not worth getting upset about. Like, if you loved up on your ADHD, I think that you would start seeing it a bit differently. So Lisa says, write my historical fiction novel, divorce well, deal with health issues. You have MS, make money working from home. Pick one. You said divorce well. I divorced well. I don't know how you define well, but I've been divorced for a long time. I don't mean well like got a lot of money, but well in that we weren't fighting. We went to mediation. We weren't fighting. Like I said, I've been divorced how many years? 20. I got divorced when I was 50, so almost 20 years I've been divorced. But my ex-husband and I say we co-grandparent. Um, he comes here to see our grandson. We interact. He came here and shoveled a lot of the ice out of my driveway after the snow. So we've created a friendship, but I'm telling you, when we divorced, I hated his guts. And I was married almost 20 years, like 19 years, and we were together 25. So definitely that, and I had health issues. I talked about that a little earlier. So I can definitely relate, and all of those things are more than possible. But I will say you have to focus on one at a time, and your health too. Kate, love your description, relate so much. Anybody else? I've been yapping almost an hour, but really the gist of this whole thing is I want to encourage you, whether you're a woman, man, whoever you are, this was more geared to the women over 50, but look forward, not backwards. Don't let the crazy times get you down. When you start looking forward and creating big, impossible goals, it gives you hope. When we don't have anything to look forward to, we start to lose hope. And like I said, if you want to be supported, if you want to join a group of women who are working on elevating their lives, come join us, message me. I'll give you the link. It's free. And I'm just going to put this out here. I'm accepting new coaching clients. Like I said, I will help you change your damn life. I mean, I've worked with one client for a whole year. She went through her divorce. She elevated in her position at work. She's a dean at a college. She expanded her consulting business. She bought property in another country. I mean, I helped her turn her brain, well, not just turn her brain, but realize her brain is $1 million asset, and so is yours. Um, I've helped people change their lives in so many ways, and this is really my life's work to help women redefine life. I'm really interested in your course that starts smart. What time? For you, it would be 6 p.m. It's 1 p.m. Eastern, so for you, it would be 6 p.m. in the UK. And we started last week, but just message me here on Substack and I'll send you the link to the replay and I'll send you the link, anybody that wants to join, and I'll send you the link to um, join. And this will give you a taste of my teachings. You've gotten a taste today of my mindset. You've seen my Substack, so you know I'm a very progressive thinker. Um, but I want you all to dream big, and I want to help you make your dreams come true and change your life. That's the gist of everything I said today. Be encouraged, be encouraged, be encouraged. Live your life to the fullest. Take care and advocate for your body and your health. The money will come, the books will come, but the foundation is right here. You gotta take care of you. It was so great connecting with y'all. I'm part of the Wednesday Belly group and enjoy it. I'm so glad you're enjoying it, Carrie. wait till tomorrow. We're gonna have fun. So bring some food noise thoughts because we're gonna be talking about that tomorrow. So love y'all. See you next time.